Welcome viewers. Now I shall discuss about serialization and deserialization of Python objects. Here I shall discuss Python pickle, dump and load operation for this purpose. While discussing this, I shall confine myself to CBSC plus 2 Python programming course curriculum. And the presentation is to some extent descriptive, keeping in mind that the viewers can go through it and answer their exam questions. Now first, what is serialization? Serialization is a way of generating a representation of a data object along with its structure and store it in a storage medium. The storage medium can be a file, a database or a memory location. Serialization stores the structure along with data and transmit it to the medium or store it in a medium. Serialization implies representation of data in a series of bytes. These bytes can be a binary form or a text form. In text form we use XML and JSON, and for binary form we can use Python, pickle, dump and load methods. Serialization requires a reverse method, that is deserialization. Deserialization method takes the serialized data and reconstructed a user readable form along with its structure. Serialization and deserialization method can be depicted along using this schematic diagram. The serialization method reads the object and serializes it in a binary form and stores it in file, database and memory in XML, JSON and binary file format. And in deserialization, it reads from the file, database and memory and deserializes the data in a user readable form. What is the difference between serialization and normal file storage? Serialization method maintains structure of the data along with its value, whereas normal data storage method stores only value. It does not store the structure of the data object. Serialization method does not require any extra information while storing the data. Normal data storage method also requires no information of data while storing the data in the storage medium, but the data loses the structure information while storing it in the storage medium. Serialization method requires a corresponding reverse method to retrieve the data and produce a user readable form, whereas in normal storage approach there is no exact reversal of the storage method. The storage method and the retrieval method depends upon the situation. Serialization method is a fast and straightforward method, whereas normal data method is also simple method, but it loses the data structure. There are different formats of serialization and deserialization. Serialization method is that JSON, XML, SDF and Python pickles are different methods. Among them, JSON or XML are used for text serialization, whereas Python pickle is used for binary serialization. Here we shall use Python pickle methods for serialization and deserialization and use the dictionary structure for demonstration purpose. Serialization is required because the complex structure is having hierarchical structure and the structure contains different characteristics of the data, like dictionary, data frame, list and tuples. These are few examples of complex structure with inherent property related to its structure. If we use common CSV file format, then we cannot store the structure. It stores only the value. And while storing the value, it loses the intrinsic property. But using serialization, we can preserve the object along with its structure. Serialization using Python pickle library. Here we shall discuss this one. The Python pickle module is a part of Python standard library. It provides method to serialize and deserialize data of the objects of Python. To implement the serialization, to store complex Python structure, we have to follow 5 steps. First, we have to load the pickle module, then get the complex structure and assign it to a variable, then open a binary file in the write mode, then dump the complex structure in the binary file using dump method and close the binary file. While deserialization method, we can say it is a 4-step method. First is import the pickle module, then open a binary file in read mode, then using Python load method read the data from the binary file and assign it to a variable, then close the binary file. This is a schematic diagram of Python's pickle library method. First, in the serialization, we read the object with pickle.dump method and it dumps the serialized bytes in file, database and memory. Then deserialize method uses load method and reads it from file, database and memory and presents a user readable form. This is an example of Python library for serialization. First, import the pickle module, then create a complex structure. Here I have used dictionary structure with key Python and value serialization and assign it to a variable a dictionary. Then I have opened a binary file in the write mode. The name of the file is serialization_1 pickle and assign it to a file handler out file. Then using dump method, I have written the dictionary structure, that is adic, into the out file. Then I have closed the file. While writing the content in the file, I have seen that there is no extra information for data structure. Serialization method automatically maintains the structure as well as the value and writes it in the binary file. And deserialization method reads the binary file and reproduce the original file along with its value. Serialization is the information preserving operation while storing and retrieving data to and from the binary file. Here is the example of Python deserialization method. First, open the binary file, that is serialization_1 pickle in read mode and assign it to a file handler in file. Then using load of method of pickle, load the entire content of the file in file and dump it into the variable. Here I have used the variable a_dic_reconstructed. Now we have to check what is the content of this and what is the type of this one. The content we can visualize it using print. So it is showing Python :serialization, perfect dictionary structure. Now to check that whether it is a pseudo structure or true sense dictionary structure. For that I have written print type of the adic reconstructed. It is showing the type is of class dictionary. That means the serialization method has stored the variable along with its structure and deserialization has retrieved it perfectly okay. That means what are the benefits of serialization? It is a simple method. It is not necessary to do any extra job to store the data along with its structure. And deserialization method using pickle.load method loads the data from the storage medium along with its characteristics. Now, difficulty with the serial flat file. First thing is that it is not information preserving. It is the responsibility of the developer to preserve the characteristic of the data. It is also the responsibility of developer to act according to the data type while retrieving the data from the storage medium. If we do it using Python, then first we have to import the CSV module, then assign a dictionary Python serialization in the variable adic, then open a CSV file test.csv in write mode and assign it to a handler f. Then one by one write the entire content of the dictionary in the flat file test.clv. Here I have used a for loop to store the key and value pair of the dictionary in the file. Next comes read from the file. For that, again, I have loaded the CSV module and opened the test file in read mode, and using CSV reader method, I have dumped the entire content of out file in a variable out data. Then use the for loop, I have listed the entire content of the out data. Then I've closed the file. The content of the output file is Python serialization. The content is correct, but it is showing in list format. Here I've used list out data, that's why it is showing in list format. Now I have to check what is the type of out data. For that I write print type out data, and it is showing the type is CSV reader. That means the class of the read variable is CSV reader, not even the common data type of Python. That means we have lost the entire structure characteristic of the data while writing in a flat file. So I think you have got the idea what is the difference between serialization and flat file writing. Serialization preserves not only the value but also the structure, whereas flat file preserves only the value, not the structure. So thank you. I think you have got the idea. If you have any problem, you can write to me in this email address. Please don't forget to like the presentation and subscribe the channel. Thank you.